Okay, I need to find out how to turn this camera on. As I try to set this up, hello everyone. So yeah, this is the first Q&A thing, just kind of a quick rundown what it's going to be. I'll answer most of the questions in the chat. By the way, is the audio quality good? Can people hear me right now? Okay, so not sure what can be seen now. Well, if there's no camera, I guess we could just start doing stuff. So, ask away. This should only go till about 4 latest, probably. Okay, so ex-coaster enthusiast. And what year did you visit Tivoli Gardens? That would have been summer 2018 is when I went. Imperial Coaster, what park are you going to next? I think I'm going to keep that secret for now, probably, but I have plans for summer. There'll be a couple, but the hint is that it'll probably be from the chain that I've been going to most recently. All right, Undead Studio says Peppa Pig theme park looks bad. Yeah, sure. What is my next theme park trip? Okay, so I would say it's going to be a pretty long road trip to a lot of different places, but I'm not going to really get into the details yet. Once we get closer to summer, that's when I'll announce. And then Undead Studios, what's my favorite ride of all time? I would have to go with Iron Gwazi. Undead Studios' favorite park, I would still go with Cedar Point. Imperial Coaster, where would I place Velocicoaster? It's probably number 5 right now. Then Hello Dragon Coasters. All right, Undead Studios, Disney or Universal? Universal all the way. And what's my least favorite coaster? I would go with Flight Deck at Canada's Wonderland. And any predictions on the Six Flags chain? Yeah, I think Discovery Kingdom is going to be losing a roller coaster soon, probably, and replace it with maybe like a small Chance Hyper GTX. And then, Julian Dale, are you going to ride Air Force One? I do not plan to. And Undead Studios, what ride do you think Universal will replace next? Well, I'm definitely hoping for Fast and Furious or Reign of Kong, but I think it's most likely we lose something that a bit older, probably from studios, and I'm thinking could honestly be Fast and Furious next, given the flack, but I think it's probably going to be something different. And are there more doors or wheels in the world? I have been and probably always will be wheel. And then Air Force One or Zadra. I'm going to go with Zadra. Then Dino Film Productions, have fun at Canada's Wonderland. Then Imperial Coaster, do you think Predator still has a good chance of being an RMC soon? Maybe. I just don't think Six Flags is going to do an RMC hybrid for Darien Lake, but it's possible. All right, Adam Baum, what defunct coaster would you bring back? Probably one I have not ridden. I would have to go with Dragon Challenge. Do I think time travel at Hot Go Park or Jungle Dragon at Happy Valley looks better? I don't know time travel, so I'm going to go with Jungle Dragon. Then what's my opinion on the Universal Marvel contract? I have not read that, so I'm not really sure. You haven't seen Silver Bullet operate yet this year? That's interesting. Do I think a Star Wars themed Hulk clone would go great at Hollywood studios? I think, as unlikely as that is, given Rock and Roller Coaster being there and Disney being the more family oriented thing, that would be awesome. I would love that, but I don't think it's gonna. Which is what is my favorite hyper. If anything over 200 feet counts, it would be Iron Gwazi. But if it has to be a more traditional hyper, I would go with Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England. All right, Miss Banana Girl, what coaster should Worlds of Fun get next? I think they could use something that is thrilling and has inversions because they don't really have that. Maybe some type of launch coaster would be cool. Julian Dale, Myrtle Beach Surf Coaster, make it happen. Yeah, all right. And what's happening to Accelerator right now? I have no idea, but I know it was repainted, so that's the only thing I really know about it. Okay, Adam Baum, do I like Kraken's new repaint? Yes, I think it's a really big improvement, actually. I would be willing to give opinions on any repaint you ask about. I think it looks excellent, and it fits more with the colors of SeaWorld overall. And thoughts on Universal Singapore's Battlestar Galactica coaster? I think the idea of it's really cool, and it's probably a top 3 ride at that park. And what are your thoughts on the Coaster Studios thing? Look, I don't want to get too much into that. I think it was a terrible thing for him to do. I believe he was doing it mostly to get more views. That's what a lot of YouTubers do, some dumb things to do, honestly. And I don't really get into cancel culture or anything like that, but it is something that I am pretty upset about. I know he apologized and all, and it was a mistake, but it's definitely something pretty major. I bet Six Flags Park, so far, Magic Mountain. Do I think Heroine's next coaster will be a B&M Dive or Mac Power Splash? I'm banking on it being neither of those. And why is my OBS off? Yeah, I'm not quite sure why, and I'm trying to fix that issue, but it says I don't have access to the camera feature for some reason. And Canada's Wonderland is going to build a Raptor for their next coaster. Is that a confirmed thing? What do I think Fiesta Texas will have in 2023? I don't know about anything, actually. Oh, yeah, sorry for some background noise and all. And what will Kings Island's next coaster be? I guess it could be an RMC single rail. That seems like something they might do there. Best RMC name, in my opinion, I would go with probably Railblazer. It's just a really fun one. A pun, I enjoy that. And do I think I'll ever go back to Europe for a big theme park trip? If I were to go back to Europe, I don't think it would be for theme parks, but I might stop at more than I have in the past, being one. And I'm not sure when or if that would ever happen, but most likely no. And have I ever been to a Lich? No, I have not. Then Aaron Ward, favorite manufacturer? It's B&M. So many great coasters. That's definitely my favorite one. Then Undead Studios, should Universal open a park in Europe? Yes, they should. And also, I think there are plans for one in Moscow. Oh, RMC liking Canada's Wonderland posts. Interesting. All right, so do I think an RMC Raptor would be good at Kennywood? Um, Depending on the layout, I think yes. Then how many coasters over 200 feet have I been on? I kind of have to count that in my head. It's a decent number though. Like I've been on 2 RMCs that meet that requirement. I've been on the 3 tallest coasters in the world. I just realized thanks to last week King Decal. It's probably around 20 or so. And at Port Aventura, yeah, that did used to be a Universal Park. And if you can make an amusement park but only have 5 coasters, what would I put in? Personally, I would like to see probably an RMC hybrid of some sort, B&M hyper. I'd like an Intamin launch coaster, some really strong wooden coaster, and a B&M flying coaster. Do I think Epic Universe will be the best theme park in Florida? No, I do not. I think it'll be good for sure, but not as good as Islands of Adventure or Busch Gardens Tampa. Do I think Hershon could acquire Frontier City? Had Six Flags not done that? Yes. All right, on the studios, how do I make the YTPs? That's interesting. I edit with Windows Video Editor, so the most bare bones possible. I just take the clips from the video and rearrange, and they come out all right. By the way, the people see the Coaster Studios one from today. I thought I had some pretty good moments in it, and it was Islands of Adventure theme, so that's always good. And then, what are my top 3 B&M models? My favorite would be the Hyper and Giga. Second would be the Flying Coaster, and third would be the Invert. All right, Adam Baum, what's my favorite B&M invert? Though surprisingly controversial, Banshee. All right, what inspired me to make the YTPs? Honestly, just seeing a lot of other kind of funny joke videos on YouTube that do similar kinds of things with other media. A lot of those being like Michael Rosen related and such. I wanted to do that with the coaster people. Okay. 1 second here. So, roughest coaster I've been on, either Flight Deck at Canada's Wonderland or Great American Scream Machine at Six Flags Over Georgia. And what do I think is the worst amusement park I've been to? Gee, I don't have bad experiences in most. My worst ever experience was at Epcot, so that might actually be my least favorite, but it's not the worst. Worst I've been to technically would be something like really small park. And do I think Montu is overrated? No, I do not. I think Montu is probably underrated actually because it's amazing and people love it, sure, but I think some do not really appreciate it as much as I do personally. And then if I made a trip like video, what should the series be called? Trip like a vacation? I don't know. Maybe just theme park travels or similar. All right. What are my thoughts on Carowinds revamping the crossroads and adding 2 flat rides over there? That sounds fun. I don't know much about that, but that sounds like a pretty cool thing. And then will Tuttle Dragster ever reopen? I'm betting yes. I think it'll close permanently someday, but I think it's going to reopen before that. And does Canada's Wonderland have poutine? I believe it does. And Time Warp isn't as bad as people make it sound. Personally, I think it is pretty bad. And would I be sad if Kumba closed? No, I would not. I've ridden it plenty of times. It's not my favorite ride at the park. And it never really has much of a line, so it's not like crowds would be spilling into other places if it gone. So while it's a good ride for sure, I would not really care too much. Then Epic Dude, all right, thank you. So what is favorite roller coaster soundtrack? Millennium Force all the way. And number 2, personally, no. Oh, you meant YTP. All right. Well, if I would just call it YTP if it's a series name, maybe Coaster Channel YTPs if you want. All right, Undead Studios best character meet and greet. I'm not super familiar with most of those, but probably one set up by Disney. All right, do I think Disney will retheme Tower of Terror? If you're referring to Hollywood Studios, I do not. given that that's considered the superior version, I think they're going to keep that one the way it is. All right, do I think a 500-foot wacky worm is possible? Possible physically, yeah, but not plausible. Okay, what is my least favorite coaster in Florida? I would have to think on that, but it would have probably been Gwazi before that closed, but it's gone. So I guess technically Sand Serpent's the one I enjoy the least. And but also for Epic Dude's next question, I would not do that. I would not force anyone to be anything. But I might annoy that person with roller coaster facts. Okay, so thoughts on Genting Skyworlds? I have to kind of refresh myself on that, but I think it seems really cool. And it's a Malaysian park, which is something that is definitely unique. Then Bell X, thank you. All right. Hey, how's it going, guys? Well, Cars and Coasters is going all right. All right, did I watch Hershey Park Enthusiast new vid? Yes, I did. I thought the YouTuber part was especially funny. All right. Have I ridden a scrambler? Yes, I have ridden scramblers. I love scramblers, honestly. And Elias Watson, I have not ridden Hurricane actually, so that's interesting. All right. All right, what's the best SeaWorld ride on the studios? I would go with Mako. All right, do I remember Streets of America at Hollywood Studios? I don't. All right, best Busch Gardens ride? It would be Iron Gwazi. All right, have I visited the UK? I have visited the UK, but I have not been to any theme parks there. All right, Dragon Coasters. Am I excited for the new ride coming to Universal Studios in place of Shrek 4D? Literally anything would be better than Shrek 4D, so yes, I am. All right, thoughts on Studio Ghibli theme park? I feel like not having rides is interesting, and that could either make or break the park. But the idea is pretty cool. All right, Blackjack VA. What's my favorite video game? Gee, I don't know. I would probably go with like Super Smash Bros. Or something. Imperial Coaster. Do I like or hate the new Six Flags CEO? Some of the policies in my recent Six Flags visits I do not enjoy. So I do not like this person necessarily. I don't hate them yet. There are some things that are good they did, some bad, but mostly not great. Okay. Does Disney allow GoPros on the rides? I believe they allow phones on their rides. You can film with pretty much anything. Why do I hate Shrek 4D? I thought the motion was actually quite painful. Wait, did I skip? Epic, did I skip your question? No, I don't think I did. The one about would I force a girl to be a roller coaster enthusiast? I said no, I would not. Back to the Shrek 4D one. I thought it was bumpy. It was not funny. It was not very impressive. I just did not enjoy anything about it. It was a mix of being painful, being frustrating, and someone told me not to be hard on it because it's a kid's ride, but I would not want some young kids to watch it, honestly, because it's some pretty scary imagery. Do I prefer Six Flags or Cedar Fair? Definitely Cedar Fair. All right. Elias Watson, thoughts on SeaWorld's 2023 Surf Coaster? Seems like a great fit, and I'm very excited for that. All right. I do not know who Alicia Stella is, so no. And then when do I think Alton Towers will announce SW9? I'm not really sure. And yes, Elias Watson, you can watch on Netflix. That's something interesting about it. All right. Dragon Coasters, can I solve a Rubik's Cube? Haven't tried in a while, but probably no. All right. Will Canada's Wonderland allow you to film POVs of the GoPro Hero 4? I'm thinking no. If you asked permission, like by email and got specific approval and such, then they would, but I don't think they do allow that. All right, so somebody asked what SW9 is. If I'm not mistaken, it's kind of part of like Alton Towers, like theme land areas. There's this whole group of different rides they make where they have code names, and it would be their next roller coaster. All right. Did my question send? No question after your one about the girl and roller coaster enthusiast. I mean, you mentioned the UK is a horrible place, but I mean that's not a question, so I wasn't sure if I should answer that. And do I think SeaWorld Orlando will add a B&M wing coaster? Yes, but I don't know if it'd be anytime soon. I think it'd be awesome. All right, Undead Studios, what Fox property deserves a ride at Disney parks? I mean, Simpsons would be pretty crazy if they did that. but I'd like to see that. Hey, Cedar Flags, I'm very happy you could make it. All right, what's the best mock coaster I've been on? Uh, Cobra's Curse. I've been on very few mock coasters. All right, do you think surf trains will be 4 across? Yeah, it's B&M, so probably actually, yeah. All right, Cedar Flags. Do you have any questions? All right. I'm just gonna make a quick comment. Okay. If they replace Lost Continent in Iowa, okay. I have discussed this before. I really love it, but I absolutely think an Avatar: The Last Airbender area, something like Ba Sing Se. That would be such a cool area. I'm a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, so that's why I would want that. Um, I don't know what drums or flaps are secret. All right, Cedar Flags. Any tips for when you go to Florida? Sure. So if you go to Busch Gardens, Tampa, go to Twisted Tails Pretzels and Zambia Smokehouse for the best food options. For Iron Gwazi back row, you probably did figure that out. Shikara and Kumba pretty much don't get lines throughout the day, so those are definitely things that you can do and not really have to worry about when. Go to Cheetah Hunt, Cobra's Curse, Iron Gwazi is the first rides probably. Honestly, don't do Iron Gwazi first if you're trying to like get on everything, but I think if Iron Gwazi is your top priority, maybe you should do it. All right, Adam Baum's saying Cedar Flags and I have a similar voice. I never thought about that, but you're not wrong. We are similar age, I believe, though. So, if you're doing Velocicoaster as well, Cedar Flags, go on a day when Islands of Adventure area, like those counties, are in school. That would be just the best way to get there and not have to worry about crowds. Velocicoaster single rider line moves well, but the normal line moves very well as well. All right, so Omega Productions, when do we think the first RMC T-Rex will be built? Um, I think next 3 years or so. Okay. How do I look at bizarre roller coasters, dragon coasters? I'm not quite sure what you mean. All right, Epic, do I know there are some people that have married a roller coaster? I'm pretty sure Hershey Park enthusiasts do that, so yes, I'm aware. And is it something I consider doing? Probably not. All right, Undead Studios thoughts on Secret Life of Pets ride. I'm not a huge fan of Secret Life of Pets overall, but I think the ride looks excellent, and it's part of what's Universal looked really great lately. All right. Do I watch theme park history? No, I do not. All right. How long does IG take to warm up? So, if you gotten all the other credits, I would say IG does not take very long to warm up. I remember my first rides on it were among the first of the day. Granted, that was during a pass holder time the first time I did, so it was noonish. It doesn't take super long, and I would say get rides pretty late in the day if you want to make sure you get the most warmed up parts. Things like 3 o'clock, but you could do it at noon and still love it. All right, favorite genre of music, big boy beat. I would say rock and roll. All right, secret. My favorite food. I like pretty much every food, but I would have to go with like barbecue ribs. All right, Cedar Flags married on a roller coaster by marrying the coaster itself. They're referring to marrying the roller coaster. Hershey Park enthusiast married Storm Runner. All right, Cedar Flags. You're getting asked what your favorite coaster is. All right, and Epic Dude. No, I will not. I'm not really going to talk about that. Sorry. I asked Steel Vengeance is your favorite. Maybe Iron Quality will change, but let's see. You have a series in your channel, Blackjack VA. If coasters were YouTubers, um, there are some that seem really cool to do. Maybe some of the themed ones, like Hagrid's, would be interesting to see. Assuming you haven't done that yet. Our secret favorite color, probably blue. All right. Do I think the surf coaster could run at least 2 trains? Yeah, I do. All right, Dragon. You want to hug Velocicoaster supports? I think the way they build it, you might not be able to do that, but I don't really know for sure. All right. Which place is the best rides for secrets? Okay, so I would say the best rides are Cedar Point, in my opinion. All right, weirdest thing enthusiasts do. I don't know. I don't know what's considered weird because as someone who sees a lot of enthusiast content, it seems like a lot of the stuff is normal. But I think something that would be looked at as strange by overall people, probably things like avoiding stapling just seems like something that would be a weird concept for some. Maybe writing terrible things just for credits. Yeah, that would be a way to put it. All right. Epic Dude is Coaster Dash, my favorite YouTuber. Yeah, I think he's probably my favorite coaster YouTuber, right there with Theme Park Crazy. He's one I like. I like the content that he puts out a lot. I do think the one thing about him is his opinions are very bold and his intro is very long, but other than that, I think he's a great channel. And then how about Kings Island versus Knott's Berry Farm Rap Battle? Um, I have plenty of those rap battles lined up for the future. I will consider that matchup. All right, Sesame Place is the best theme park. Maybe Peppa Pigland beats it out, obviously. All right, what's my favorite sport? Tennis is my favorite. I play tennis. All right, Canopy Coaster, Cedar Flags favorite. That's a good choice. That's one I also watch a lot. And when I did a review of Legoland New York, because I'm a Legoland fan, I had to do that. All right, Epic Dude, easily the first choice ride a coaster with my dad. And your questions are getting a little weird. I'm just going to point that out right now. Adam Bomb, have I been to Six Flags Over Georgia? Yes, twice. Most recently in December. All right, Omega Productions are going to film a YTP. Cool. So back to Adam Bomb. It's a good park. I always thought the layout was like my least favorite, probably, but it's overall good. All right, Nick, have fun at Carowinds. All right, Big Boy Beat. Have I ever thought of playing Planet Coaster? Yeah, but I don't own it. All right, Epic Dude, do I not like your questions? Some of them are just inappropriate. Understand, I want to make sure everybody is able to hear the answers. So certain ones you understand, I'm going to be filtering whether I think they should be answered. All right, Aaron Board, you watch every channel except TPR and costumes because they say bad words. Yeah, that kind of goes to the point I was saying about filtering what seems fair. All right, Thunder Rush, my favorite Kings Island coaster, Diamondback, but I have not ridden Mystic Timbers or Orion. Okay, what's my credit count? Off the top of my head, I'm struggling, but it's probably a bit over 190, like 193. All right, you think Carowinds is underrated? Super Thrills, that's cool. Do I watch college football? No, I not really. Okay. Am I going to Coaster Mania, Nick? No, I do not plan to. Okay, Epic Dude, the answer to your question, have I seen an enthusiast with no clothing? No, I have not. Thank goodness, right? All right, Adam Baum, what's my favorite NFL team? My dad grew up in Philadelphia, so the Eagles. Oh, you're gonna get 100 credits to see your Cedar Flags. That's pretty cool. I have plans to get plenty of credits as well, so that'll be interesting. All right, Thunder Rush, Knott's or Magic Mountain? Magic Mountain, stronger ride collection. All right, what is my favorite inversion Blackjack VA? I would have to go with the Death Roll on Iron Quality. That is my new favorite. All right, Epic Dude, I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. And Most of your questions are good. No hard feelings, right? All right, we can keep the questions coming. We're only about halfway through the stream, maybe. Any more questions? My favorite roller coaster, it is Iron Gwazi. Okay. Ooh, Epic dude, that's a really good question. Would I rather ride every B&M coaster or every RMC coaster? That is tough because B&M has much more and so many great ones, but RMC has probably the more top tier coasters. But I think barely I have to give the edge to B&M just because of how many they've made. Aaron Moore, have I been to Gilroy Gardens? Technically, yes. I've gone to the front gate to say I was there because I was driving through, but the park was closed when I went, so no. All right, and about how many Six Flags parks have I been to? As of right now, I have been to 6. Those are Great Adventure, Discovery Kingdom, Magic Mountain, over Georgia, New England, and over Texas. All right, Maki Joe, if you had to get rid of a coaster, what would it be? Any coaster, I'd love to see Flight Deck at Canada's Wonderland gone, so it could be replaced with something better. All right, Big Boy B&M or Intamin, I would have to go with B&M. It's my favorite manufacturer. All right, Rational Yeti, how many coasters have I been on, not including family coasters? Off the bat, I don't know the number without family coasters, but it's probably in the 90s or so, maybe 100. But I've done plenty of family coasters before. All right, Epic Dude, good choice. All right, Blackjack VA, what made me want to start YouTube? When I was in 3rd or 4th grade, one of my friends started a YouTube channel. I just wanted to get more subscribers than them. They had like 6, so I got to that pretty easily. And then Coaster Studios, after watching his stuff, I was like, okay. So I wanted to do some roller coaster stuff, and that happened for a little while. And then finally, actual Theme Park Avenue stuff came in. All right, Cedar Flags, goodbye. Enjoy a decent day of weather in Ohio. Okay. So, what would I prefer to be Wicked Twister's replacement? Thunder Rush? Well, I would like it to be a wooden coaster, though I understand that there will be some interesting workarounds with that. And what coaster do you think Cedar Point will close next? I always really thought Gemini was going to be what was gone next, and with Wicked Twister being what left, Iron Dragon or Gemini, because Iron Dragon is the one I want to see go, because even though I think it's a decent ride, there's a lot they could do with the terrain there, with something new, and Gemini is the better ride in my opinion. But I think Gemini or Iron Dragon. All right, Epic Dude, what is the ultimate goal for credit count before I die? As many as possible. I don't really have a set number goal. I just like to make the most of it and enjoy. All right, Omega Productions. What do I think Canada's Wonderland will RMC? It's gotta be Wild Beast. Mindbuster is huge and be very weird to work around the Splashworks water slides, and it also happens to be a pretty good ride in my opinion. All right, Epic Dude, would I rather ride every Gravity Group or GCI? Interesting thing about that, I've ridden like one from each manufacturer, but I feel like Gravity Group has the stronger collection from what I've seen. I know GCI has plenty good ones, but I would want to ride Voyage, and that's the main reason. Okay. Adam Bomb, does GP ever annoy me when I'm at theme parks? No, I've never really been bothered by general public. I know GP is something that bothers some, like maybe Coaster Studios. For me personally, they've never bothered me. I think I probably bother them more because I like to run through theme parks to get from place to place. All right, Blackjack VA, what's my favorite dark ride, excluding Disney and Universal? It would have to be the Flying Trunk at Tivoli Gardens, a really nice Disney-style dark ride, but just really fun. Okay, Big Boy beat Twisted Colossus or Twisted Cyclone, hands down, Twisted Colossus. It's not even close. All right, so Atom Bomb, do I prefer Aquatica or Adventure Island? Unfortunately, I have not been to Aquatica. But I love Adventure Island so much that I'd probably choose that. Epic dude. So GCI's best coasters are in China. Yeah, that's one thing about it. I understand where that would be tough. And then most underrated flat ride I've been on from Epic dude. Gee, so when I think about it, I feel like not enough people talk about tilt-a-whirls, as weird as that sounds, because they're so much fun, but they're really minor rides. But at the same time, I think things like the giant Zamperla discs and the Huss Frisbees, those are so awesome. But people do talk about those more often. But I like Scramblers, Tilt-A-Whirl, some pretty simpler ones that not many people do. All right, Zero G Coaster, Sheikah or Valraven. Through a lot of thinking, I prefer Sheikah just because Valraven's pacing is a little less enjoyable, while Sheikah is just a really fun, enjoyable ride all the way through. All right, Aaron Ward, where does Twisted Colossus rank for me? It's number 1 for you. That's really cool. It's probably number 6 for me. It might be a little lower because I've ridden so many great coasters recently that could overthrow it. But yeah. All right, Big Boy Beat, when you rode Twisted Colossus, you got no duel. So I got dueling the first time. Last time I went just a month ago or so, I did not, but it didn't really bother me. I thought it was still an excellent ride. And the only difference is that the lift hill's a little less fun when you're not dueling. Okay, so Undead Studios, why do I not like Reign of Kong? Okay, it is not because it's like Fast and Furious. I actually disliked Kong before Fast and Furious existed. I feel like the screens are not great. The quality of some of them is really bland. And then, of course, the story for me is just very confusing. So many, as weird as it sounds, plot holes on a ride. Frustrating things where it's just you sitting watching stuff happen on a screen most of the time. And it's so little going on. There's not a lot of interaction and not a lot of creativity. I'm not a huge King Kong fan either, so it's not something I would have any attachment to. And then, apart from the facade and the animatronic, I don't love the ride. And also, thoughts on Avengers Campus Undead Studios. Web Slingers does not look great, and then there's not a whole lot else to it, so it doesn't look like the most amazing area, and seems to just exist because Marvel is popular. All right, so would I rather ride every Zamperla or SBF Visa flat ride? I would go SBF Visa. All right, Undead Studios best dueling coaster. Well, if it counts, Twisted Colossus, though I know that's not always dueling. Other than that, it'd be pretty tough because I have not been on like world class dueling coasters of most sorts, but I guess West Coast Racers probably would be it. Okay, we can all agree the Kong animatronic is great. Yes, we can on Dead Studios. Okay, and Epic Dude, if you put 3 coasters you've been on all in your backyard, what would they be? Assuming they could fit in my backyard, I would do Iron Gwazi because it's my favorite Velocicoaster because I would get a lot of money charging people to ride it. And probably someone I haven't been on, but I would have to say, if I have been on, we'll go with Steel Vengeance. All right, Epic Dude, what are my thoughts on the decision for Gerstlauer to refuse to build coasters in China? I'm not sure how to feel about that. I can understand why they would do it, though from a business perspective, it seems pretty good to have roller coasters in a place like that. Okay, so Adam Bomb, my favorite floorless coaster, it would be Medusa at Discovery Kingdom. I've not ridden the Medusa at Great Adventure due to it being closed when I went. Undead Studios, best Disney Park and best Universal Park. Best Disney Park is Animal Kingdom and best Universal Park is Islands of Adventure. And what's one park I'm desperate to go to? Undead Studios. Gee, Fantasia Land seems like the park I want to go to most, I think. And then Big Boy Beat. Do I know any female coaster enthusiasts? Personally, I haven't met a ton of coaster enthusiasts in general, but I don't really know any female ones. But Callie the Coaster Enthusiast is a YouTube channel that is female, so you can do that. And let's see. What is my favorite coaster from top 3 least favorite manufacturers? I'd have to think about what my 3 least favorite manufacturers are. I think Vekoma probably is because I haven't been on any of their good stuff really, but my favorite coaster by them is, I would say, Flying Cobras or Invertigo. And, for the sake of this, I guess we could say Gee, I don't really know what other ones I would say, but I can just name some other manufacturers. Like my favorite Aero is X2, but that's not one of my least favorite manufacturers, I would say. I'm not really sure for the others. All right, Epic Dude, favorite color scheme on a roller coaster. Very tough, as I like a lot of the visuals of coasters, but it's really hard to beat Banshee. That's up there, along with things like Fury 325 and Mako. I like the blues and the purples. All right, Adam Bomb, have I ridden Vortex at Kings Island? I have. I don't remember it super fondly. I know I have a picture of me giving a thumbs down in front of it, but that was from a pretty long time ago. But I remember thinking it was not the worst arrow, but not one I super loved. And Aaron, that's a pretty interesting top five. I like that. And then Blackjack VA. If I could create a theme park and have three lands, what would each be themed to? I would love to see Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'd like to see probably a land theme to. I like Star Wars, so I think if I were to like reinterpret something like the original trilogy, I'd like to see that. And then something themes like nature, national parks, because I enjoy that kind of travel as well. All right, Kenny Havoc's here, awesome. All right, Undead Studios' favorite dark ride, Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. Favorite flat ride, the now gone Vertigo at Tivoli Gardens. After that would be Falcon's Fury. All right, Annabomb, what's better, Flight of Passage or Rise of the Resistance? I haven't bet on it either, but I am willing to bet Rise of the Resistance because I'm not a fan of Avatar and I'm not a fan of most motion simulators like that. I prefer ones that tell a story rather than just being like visual spectacles. All right, on the studio's best water ride, easily Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls. That is an awesome ride. Dragon Coaster's best ride at Kennywood, though I have not been. I would say Phantom's Revenge looks like it's the best one. All right, Adam Bomb, have I been to SeaWorld San Diego? I've not been to San Diego, so I have not been to that park yet, though it does look like a pretty solid one. All right. Why do I not like Supercharged? Okay, so my experience with it, I thought it was boring. The fact that there's no seatbelts is enough to tell you how little happens on it. And of course, there's the fact that it's somewhat inappropriate and offensive in ways. I'm not a huge fan of Fast and Furious. The pre-show's bad, really bland. The action is bad. There's nothing to enjoy about it. Parts are boring, parts are insulting. I don't like it. Okay. Am I going to Six Flags Fiesta Texas later for Dr. Diabolical's cliffhanger? I don't know. But I guess we'll find out. How many B&M wing coasters have I ridden so far? Just Gatekeeper, so only one. What's so inappropriate and offensive? So, because this is a theme park where most stuff would be able to appeal to families as a dark ride, there are things such as language and certain themes that just do not fit well with that kind of park. Okay, do I think Rip Ride Rocket gets too much hate? I mean, personally, I don't really like that, that ride too much. I think it's intense and the first two elements are strong. After that, it's passable, but not something I love. It does get a little too much hate from some, but with how many people defend it as an amazing ride, I don't really think it's getting too much hate anymore. All right, Anthony Caldera, it's nice to meet you too. Big Boy Beat, if you were to destroy a roller coaster that's in my top five, all right. So if I were to destroy a coaster in my top five, it would probably have to be, gee, the one I hold to the lowest esteem, Velocicoaster. That sounds crazy, I know, but I cannot get rid of the others. Okay, have I ever accessed a secret song on Rip Ride Rocket? I've never heard of that. So, no, I have not. Interesting, though. Okay, Anthony, I know you love Iron Gwazi, it's your number one, and you haven't been to many theme parks. So, I've been to 30 something theme parks, I believe, right around 30. So, I've been to a decent number. And because a lot of the ones I've been to have a large amount of roller coasters, and I've been on some defunct ones, I've been on nearly 200 coasters. And with Iron Gwazi being number one, that's actually quite an accomplishment. All right, Blackjack VA, how's your top five? Lightning Rod, Storm Runner, Sky Rush, Velocicoaster, Hagrid's. You've clearly been on some great coasters. I haven't been on Sky Rush. All right, Atom Bomb. Do I think icebreakers over the shoulder restraints have a purpose? I don't know if I think Premier Rise restraints have any purpose for being what they are. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what to say about that. All right. All right, also, we had the Night Ride. All right, El Toro Landon. Toro better than Gwazi? No. Just rode El Toro a couple days ago. It is not better. All right. Is the front better than the back? No, I would say the back is the best row for Angwazi. All right, Big Boy B, have I ever been on Lightning Rod? No, I have not. Blackjack VA, do I like Harry Potter? I mean, it's fine. I don't really care too much about it, but I have, decent amount of knowledge of it. All right. Hello, and Atom Bomb, El Toro, or Voyage. I have not ridden Voyage, but I'd be willing to bet that is the better coaster. What is my favorite row on Mako? Um, they're all pretty similar for me because the B&M hypers are kind of like that. Oh, and I really appreciate that, Anthony. Thanks. I do like to try to be chill and conversational and things like this. And my YCPs are pure gold. Thank you. Did you see today's? You did. I believe you commented. And part two will be out on Wednesday, most likely, everyone, by the way, for the Coaster Studios Islands of Adventure YCP. I'm working on it, and I hope it turns out just as well as this other one. All right, how many times I could ride Mako and how far you can move in Slinky Dog Dash Line? I would say you could get on Mako probably 10 times before getting through one round of Slinky Dog Dash. All right, Sad Pizza Best Accelerator Roller Coaster. Kingda and Top Thrill Dragster are pretty much tied. Top Thrill Dragster is smoother, which does make the launch a bit more enjoyable in a way, but Kingda is so intense and crazy. All right, do I think Disney should get a B&M Hyper, Big Boy Yeet? It would not fit very well with the immersion that Disney goes for, unless they somehow made it indoors. But I would love to see that there. It would make the park a lot better, in my opinion. All right, the next one I think should be called Sarah the Triceratops Destroys Islands of Adventure with Taylor. Interesting idea. The biggest issue is that Sarah's not mentioned in it. I was thinking of just using the same title as the last one, but making it part two. Maybe change something about it, but we'll see. And welcome back, Super Thrills. All right, Anthony Caldera. So I'm from Florida. Yes, I do live in Florida. And have you ever been to Largo or Clearwater? Yeah, I've been to those areas. And yeah, I do know that county. Well, 79 roller coaster super thrills. See, that's not bad. For me personally, I know my number is pretty large, but I don't like to try to think if you have less than me, then I'm better. But I just do think it's good to get on some good coasters and enjoy them, and it's not too much about how many, just how much you enjoy them. Okay. All right. Did I make Hollywood Studios a great adventure? Sorry, Coilwood. I did not. All right. You also live in Florida, and you have all those theme parks in your backyard. Yeah, and then the Gator thing. Yeah, that's something for sure. The Gators. All right, super thrills. You like to get the credits and go. I don't blame you for that. Rides are what's the most important for me in a park for sure. All right, got any more questions? All right, from Long Island. Interesting. All right, I'm just asking that in the last couple of minutes. The Kozo Studios YTP got 2 dislikes, most likely from Taylor and Sarah. All right, would I rather ride every family coaster or every dark ride? I think the best dark rides beat the best family coasters, but I'd love to ride a lot of family coasters. It's pretty tough, but I think I would go with dark rides. All right, do I think Epic Universe should build a Creature of the Black Lagoon boat ride? I would love to see some major dark ride or boat ride at the Epic Universe Monsters area. And I think, yeah, I would like to see that. Epcot or Magic Kingdom? Magic Kingdom. All right, Monsters the best invert. It is amazing, so that's a good choice. And I have not been on Great Bear, so that's cool. All right, goodbye, Super Thrills. All right, what are my top? What's my favorite airtime moment on each of my top 3 coasters? So my number one roller coaster is Iron Gwazi, and my favorite airtime moment is probably the big Outer Bank turn, and the same would be for Steel Vengeance. And then for Fury 325, probably the first major hill. All right, what do I think is the worst opening day theme park in my opinion? If you mean like how many rides are open on the opening day, gee, I probably would have to say something pretty far up north where not a lot of stuff would be open. Maybe Great Adventure. So I prefer short rides or long rides. I'd say long. And then the RMC Wildcat at Hershey Park. I like to see that just because I want it to be called Twisted Twizzlers or Kit Kat. Do I think Lightning Rod will be the first RMC to get the axe due to the maintenance issues? Hmm. I never thought about the fact that no RMC is gone yet. Yeah, I think that could be the first to go. All right, seems like questions have slowed down. Oh, wait. Hershey Park has been, new 2022 haunts, RMCs, liking all the stuff on their Insta. Yeah, I think there could be an RMC Wildcat as a result. Maybe a pretty gothic theme. All right, Big Boy Beat, favorite instrument? Probably the guitar. Big Boy Beat, favorite band? I don't know. I like some bands. Yeah, I like Metallica. All right, we'll keep this going for another minute or two, but I don't think there's going to be whole lot more time. All right. Oh, worst park when it opened. I see what you mean. Well, yeah, California Adventures is definitely one of the weakest, given how much went wrong with that. I think that probably is the one. All right, if I could only ride roller coasters in one state, what would it be? Um, California, because of how many they have and how I haven't been on all of them. And Anthony Cal, they're correct. I've never been to Hershey Park. Great Adventure or Magic Mountain? I would go with Magic Mountain. I should go. Yeah, I should. Maybe I will pretty soon. Blackjack VA, do I plan on going to Hershey? Maybe. Rap Battle of Velocigosa versus Iron Gwazi. That's an interesting idea. I kind of like that one. How many international parks have I gone to? I've done Canada's Wonderland, Tivoli Gardens, and Tokyo Dome. So 3. We're just about through this, but the final thing I want to tell you guys, I'm considering in summer doing a YTP contest where every viewer can make their own roller coaster related YTP, and I would show like top 5 or so in a video. What would you think about that? Would be cool. All right. All right. Some people like that idea. I've told it to a few others. So, all right. Thank you for the input. I'm going to end this now unless like some final questions come in. But all right. So, thank you all for joining this. And I'll end with my usual outro. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.